Today we're going to discuss how force affects the acceleration of an object. Now for this exercise, we're going to assume that mass remains the same the entire time. Mass is constant. All right, constant means remains the same. In order to understand this, you got to think about a couple of things. We're going to draw a shopping cart, and we're going to say each shopping cart weighs 200 kilograms. The mass, or object, is the shopping cart, and the mass is going to remain constant. Newton's law basically says, look, the harder you push, the more the mass will accelerate. So the harder we push, the more the shopping cart is going to accelerate. It says if we double our force, the acceleration doubles. If we triple the force, the acceleration triples, meaning the force meaning how hard we push it, the force applied. In this scenario, acceleration is directly proportional to the force applied. All right, the overall force applied is how much force we're pushing in a particular direction, the net force, right? So acceleration is going to occur in the same direction as the net force. So let's assume that the first time we push the cart, we use 400 newtons of force. The cart is going to accelerate towards the right, okay? And calculating this, we would calculate 400 newtons of force divided by 200 kilograms. Now, where do I get that from? We get it from the formula triangle for Newton's second law. Force equals mass times acceleration. So force divided by mass equals acceleration. 400 newtons divided by 200 kilograms equals 2 meters per second squared. If we double the force, all right, so 400 times 2 is 800 newtons. So we're pushing the same cart twice as hard. If we calculate the acceleration, 800 newtons times 200 kilograms, you're going to find that that cart is accelerating at 4 meters per second squared. Remember, the mass is staying constant. The force is doubling. If we triple the force, so if we did 1,200 newtons of force on the same cart, we'll accelerate that cart at a rate of 6 meters per second squared. So if you look at this, the rate of acceleration is directly proportional to the force applied. So if you look here, as you double the force, you double the acceleration. So the force is doubled, the acceleration is doubled. If the force is tripled, the acceleration is tripled. All right, 6 is 3 times bigger than 2. 1,200 newtons is 3 times bigger than 400 newtons. So the harder you push the mass, as long as the mass remains constant and that mass stays the same. Remember, all these masses are 200 kilograms. So as long as that is the case, the harder you push, the faster or the greater the rate of acceleration is going to be. If you double the force, acceleration doubles. This is called a direct proportion. Acceleration is directly proportional to the net force applied. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to come ask us. We'll be happy to help you out. Okay, see you tomorrow.